Hello, it's Allan Arkush with a trailer from hell question for you. You're a film buff, right? That's not the question. I mean, I'm assuming you're a film buff, but the question is, does your friends and family and coworkers always ask you for recommendations of what films they should watch? Do they ask you for lists? Because this has been going on in my life for decades. You know how far back it goes? I remember, Alan, I was in Blockbuster last night, and we came in with the idea of what we were going to watch, but all those titles, my brain froze up, and I didn't know what to choose, so we ended up renting Shawshank Redemption for the third time. Can you make a list for me? And I grab a piece of scrap paper, and I dutifully write out a list, and they swear it's going to be in their wallet forever and ever. And, you know, it's probably in the bottom of some drawer somewhere. And do these lists do any good? Well, consider my stepmom. She's got the list. Given the choice between Ninotchka or British Bake Off, which do you think she's going to watch? All right. So I made a decision that I was going to make up a list for me for distribution. And here it is. Allan Arkush's canon of necessary films. There's 275 of them on here now, and they're all broken down by genres. So if someone wants a recommendation, I just attach this to an email or a text, and off it goes. I'm the Johnny Appleseed of cinema, which, what's the whole point to this intro? I believe that a personal canon is only as good as how much you update it. You have to keep adding to it. Which brings us to our trailer from hell, Mountains May Depart, which would not have been added if I hadn't given this canon to my students at the AFI. And the Chinese grad students took me seriously and told me all about Jia Zhangke, the director of our trailer from hell. And I spell it out because I really can't pronounce it. And he is a major, major filmmaker. And so I started exploring his work. Touch of Sin, okay, great reviews. Ash is the Purest White, and I Wish I Knew. These are all set against his home part of China, northern China, and tell the story as a backdrop of the changes in Chinese culture made by industrialization. Now, that may sound a little dry, and I assure you it's not, because the stories of the people are very touching and human. For instance, Mountains May Depart is a melodrama about a love triangle that goes on for 30, 40 years. And when it's over, well, you'll be very moved, and you'll experience something that you wouldn't have if you hadn't watched this movie, okay? So, film buffs everywhere, make lists, share them with each other, okay? That's your assignment, everybody. Because next time you have a movie night, you have a choice. You can either watch the most popular rental of all time, Shawshank Redemption, or our trailer from hell, Mountains May Depart. This film is a true original. I'd be willing to bet you did not expect to hear the Pet Shop Boys. Well, neither did I. Yet Go West is the perfect musical choice for this hard-eyed look at contemporary northern China. What pulls you in is the love triangle. Money changes everything. It tears apart their friendship and scatters them into three very different lives. At the center is Tao Zhao, an actress with the range and power of Cate Blanchett or Penelope Cruz. At each stage of her character's life, the honesty and veracity of her performance carries this movie. No matter what befalls her, she never loses her soulful nobility.
Why did you come to Australia?
My dad wanted to come.
She has starred in 7 of her husband Jia Zhangke's films. In Mountains May Depart, he balances the melodrama of Douglas Sirk against the historical canvas that's sort of reminiscent of John Ford. In all of his movies, Jia's use of genre helps the viewer to cross the world and identify with contemporary Chinese culture. And the final scene of this film is unforgettable. It's the emotional high point, and when the movie is over, I realized that Mountains May Depart was one of my favorite movies of the last 2 decades. This is one for all our film canons.